Welcome to Title Penning, the show that's called Title Penning because, well, we're going through a lot of rebranding, restructuring, and stuff. Well, not really restructuring. Basically, I'm buying an LLC, and that's going to take some rebranding, so forth and so on. This being a new year, we've lost a lot of people. Just kidding, we've lost 2 people, namely Swenny, who's moved on to an augmented reality company, a startup, which is really cool, and maybe we'll talk about that as that is something I find fascinating. But let's just jump in. I just really love this video from BuildBox's YouTube. It came in my recommended list about making games with a model and improve. And basically model in a sense is copy, but not just copy, improve. So as you learn like how a game works, its mechanics, something that you really love, how could you make it better? And, Skyrim modders included in this always make Skyrim better, but it's kind of that same idea. How could I make a better Flappy Birds? How could I make a better Super Mario Brothers? So forth and so on. Or better yet, the improvement could be just personal. So taking this idea, this concept, I want to think about making YouTube with model and improve. Well, not YouTube because that's a whole other thing, but at least video content. How can we model and improve it? So the first thing is watch lots and lots of YouTube, which I have. I think I'm now like a 13-year-old teenager as I've caught up on hours and hours of watching. And out of my recommended videos, this video popped up. This was the second video I saw of Kurt's right after I saw PewDiePie's book review. And we just need to really just read more. I wish I read more for the last 5 or 6 years of my life. But anyway, the thing I loved about this review was just the way he broke it down. This is something that's been on my wish list for a long time on Audible. I really just want to now listen to it thanks to Kurt's review about it because it does sound like a very interesting take. And again, anything I mention, you can look at the links below. The other thing that I really liked about Kurt's content is that when you go back through an archive dive, just his overall vlog is really cool. He starts out stating like why he does the vlog. And then he also talks about like how it's hard to make a vlog every day. And it just really resonated with a lot of the stuff that me and Swenny were doing with Play It Forward Space last year and where we failed and where we could improve. And the other thing that's really cool is that as I subscribed within that month, he's just hit over 1,000. So that's another reason why I'm really looking at how his channel has grown and the type of content he's made over time. The next YouTuber that I'm really interested in is Tim and what he has done as a Construct 2 developer. Well, he's not just a Construct 2 developer, and I'll get back to Construct 2 later on. He's also a game developer. So, he just does engines, he's a programmer, all this wonderful stuff. And within 8 months of his whole YouTube career, if you would, he's really built not just YouTube content, but not just a brand, but an actual community of indie game developers. And he's doing a lot of the stuff that me and Sony are trying to do with Play It Forward Space, where he's connecting players with game developers. And that's a beautiful combination. And it's just something that you want to look at. I love this video about thinking in systems. He talks about a lot of the stuff I know. It's a great review video for me, but it's also a kick in the butt to say, do the stuff you know, do the stuff you've learned, and get some automated systems up. And again, that's why we're looking at this as a system of, model and improve. And the other thing too is that I'm going to try to ask Kurt if I can feature his channel on this YouTube channel. And that's going to be my rule of thumb. Anyone featured on this YouTube channel, I've had some type of interaction with, and that I've asked them that I can feature them. Tim's a little bit more busy and a little bit more automated, so I probably won't get a response right away. Now, the thing is, again, we're model and improve, right? So we now have models or role models. Oh, no, just kidding, because Kurt says he's not a life coach, even though he's inspired me. Never mind. Anyway, the thing is that we've got tons of people or tons of channels we can model, but here's the improved part. I am actually going to try to make content every day. And one of the ways I did that is I animated myself. Typing, can I type? I can also use a mouse, like I'm using a mouse. And I'm talking at the same time. I also have like a normal voice where I'm just kind of normal. I'm very normal. I'm a normal person doing normal stuff. I also have like a sad face where I'm very sad. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes my content. No one cares. Why? Oh, it's so sad. Just so sad. Okay, just gonna default happy. And that's basically what I've done. So this is one ways I've improved on what I have modeled. And the other thing, again, what I'm doing with this YouTube channel is I'm going to take things that I learn from the internet and I'm going to apply them with this channel, in my game development, and in my life, so forth and so on. Speaking of which, I want to give a huge shout out to the Construct 2-3 indie game developer community I'm part of on Facebook. They've been very supportive. I've made some friends on there. It's a fantastic community. I want to give back. And speaking of which, I want to give a shout out to Katakata. I hope I said that right. They've, again, linked below. You can check out their Construct tutorial on how to make a better top-down shooter. What's great about this tutorial is that if you are new to game development and you just get Construct 2, there is a default template for a top-down shooter. And what this tutorial will do is build upon that template. So it's like a win-win. You're going to make a better top-down shooter. That's why I want to give a shout out to Katakata, a new member who's posted this. It's their first post. Oh, that's awesome. Finally, one thing that I really loved on the internet that bumped up in my recommended list was the history, 4.2, the history of Super Mario Brothers' most infamous level. And if you're unaware of this, it's related to the video game sport of speedruns. And it blows my mind that for 30 plus years, people have been playing Super Mario Brothers as I've moved on to other games. But within 10 to 13 years, using computer science or just regular science, you have international players trying to get the best speedrun working on this one level for 10 to 13 years. Imagine that, 10 to 13 years working on one level. And because of this, it's a great video if you love Super Mario Brothers, 1. 2, it's a great video if you love game development because it talks about the game design and how the level works intricately. And finally, it's, again, a fascinating story of just how people have spent their time. And as moving forward, we're going to be actually starting up an LLC. Me and a new person I'm bringing on for the game development part. This is part of my outreach, not just to get people to say, hey, look at my stuff, but I'm also putting this here so that I can attract and get to know other people on the internet with other really cool projects, okay? So insert catchy phrase here. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, yada, yada. Come back tomorrow, see if can be consistent about this. Make fun of me, who knows? All right, let me do some different animations here. Oh, that's my O face. Wait a minute, where's the... Okay, there it is. I'm gonna say bye. I'm gonna say the catchphrase, and I'm gonna hit the button to stop me talking. It's gonna look really cool. Wait, let me type myself out of here. Okay, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Insert catchy phrase here.